ChatGPT, relate ACIM to the movie Ruby Sparks. Ruby Sparks through the lens of A Course in Miracles. Ruby Sparks is one of the most brilliant cinematic explorations of projection, special relationships, control, and forgiveness ever put on film. Through the lens of ACIM, it becomes a powerful teaching about what happens when we fall in love with our own projection rather than with reality. At the center of the story is Calvin, a writer who creates the perfect woman on paper. To his astonishment, Ruby comes to life exactly as he imagined her. At first, this seems like a dream come true. From the perspective of ACIM, however, it reveals one of the ego's deepest fantasies. What if I could create a person who exists solely to meet my needs? The manufactured ideal, Ruby begins as an ideal. She is not discovered. She is invented. She embodies Calvin's preferences, desires, hopes, and expectations. This mirrors what often happens in the special relationship. The ego does not truly see another person. Instead, it projects an image onto them. It creates a version of them that serves its needs. The ego says, this is who you are. This is how you should behave. This is what will make me happy. The relationship begins not with seeing, but with projection. Projection makes perception. One of the central teachings of ACE is projection makes perception. The movie illustrates this almost literally. Ruby exists because Calvin projects her into existence. She becomes the embodiment of his thoughts, his desires, his fantasies, his expectations. The film externalizes a process that normally remains hidden within the mind. Most relationships involve some degree of projection. The movie simply makes the mechanism visible. The desire to control. As the relationship unfolds, Ruby begins behaving in ways Calvin did not anticipate. She develops her own responses, her own preferences, her own independence. This creates conflict. Why? Because the ego does not merely want love. The ego wants control. The special relationship says, love me, but do it my way. Be yourself, but only if I approve. Stay exactly as I need you to be. The movie brilliantly exposes the impossibility of this arrangement. The magical typewriter. The typewriter becomes a powerful symbol. With a few words, Calvin can alter Ruby's behavior. He can make her happy, sad, dependent, confident, insecure. The temptation is irresistible. From an ACIM perspective, the typewriter symbolizes the ego's constant attempt to rewrite reality. The ego continually edits people in its mind. It rewrites their motives, reinterprets their actions, assigns meanings, creates narratives. The movie asks, what happens when we try to control reality rather than accept it? The answer is suffering. The special relationship, Ruby initially appears to be the perfect fulfillment of the special relationship. She seems designed to eliminate loneliness, uncertainty, and vulnerability. Yet the relationship becomes increasingly painful. ACIM teaches that the special relationship is unstable because it is built upon lack. The ego believes, I need something from you in order to be complete. That need eventually becomes pressure. Pressure becomes control. Control becomes conflict. The movie traces this progression with remarkable clarity. Freedom and love. One of the film's deepest lessons is that love cannot exist without freedom. The more Calvin tries to control Ruby, the further he moves away from genuine love. Love allows. Control manipulates. Love accepts. Control edits. Love recognizes. Control projects. The Holy Spirit's version of relationship is fundamentally different from the ego's. It seeks joining without possession, connection without control, appreciation without ownership, forgiveness. By the end of the film, Calvin begins to see the consequences of his projections. He realizes he has not truly been relating to Ruby. He has been relating to his own ideas about Ruby. This realization opens the door to forgiveness. In ACM, forgiveness involves releasing projections and allowing another person to be exactly as they are. Forgiveness says, I no longer demand that you fulfill the role I assigned you. The healing comes not from changing Ruby. The healing comes from releasing the need to control her. The central reflection. The ego watches Ruby Sparks and asks, how can I find the perfect partner? The Holy Spirit watches Ruby Sparks and asks, can I let go of my projections long enough to truly see another person? Viewed through ACIM, the movie is not really about magic. It is about the hidden dynamics of special relationships. Ruby symbolizes the projections we place upon others. Calvin symbolizes the mind that wants reality to conform to its preferences. The awakening begins when control is released and genuine seeing becomes possible. The deepest message may be, love does not create a perfect image and demand that it remain unchanged. Love releases its projections and allows another to be free. Only then can a real relationship begin. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.